up for questions from Malachi. Once again, please use the raise hand function within Zoom if you have a question for Malachi. We'll call on people individually, beginning with Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Malachi, can you talk about the long touchdown catch? And that was kind of a clutch moment in the game where you guys really needed to put them away. And can you just talk about what happened on that play?
Right. So originally the play is designed for the outside receiver. It's a double move. And my job was really just to grab the safety's attention to keep that route open, you know. The safety saw it, he read it, he shot over. And Jeff, being the good player he is, he peeked on in the middle of the field, saw the safety pass me up, and I had a seam ball, so gave me a chance. I sat it down and, you know, caught it. I felt the safety coming back the same way, so I, you know, kind of hit him with a little spin around the way he was coming. And, you know, I just tried to muscle in the end zone.
Next question for Malachi comes from Daniel Shirley from The Athletic.
Hey, Malachi, what can you say about the team and how you guys bounced back from the game at Syracuse and Jeff's play as well? No turnovers tonight after struggling with that early in the season.
Yes, sir. That's a great question. This whole week, these past 2 weeks, the only thing we've been focusing on is how to not beat ourselves. Eliminate turnovers, eliminate penalties. That was our goal of this game. We got one of them, no turnovers, but we had a couple penalties here and there. Just little things we still got to clean up. But, yeah, the way we bounce back, I mean, I feel like we're a great team when we don't beat ourselves, and I think a lot of people would agree with me when I say that. But I see a lot of potential from us. The sky's the limit. As long as we don't beat ourselves, then, you know, we can have a great season.
Next question comes from Charles Odom from the Associated Press.
Following up on that theme, Coach just told us about in preseason when you guys had rain, he would take you outside even though you've got a nice indoor facility. Right. How did you guys receive that kind of instruction to be playing outside in the rain, and do you think that paid off today?
Yeah, I mean, the way our team is, you know, rain, sleet, or snow, we're going to go out there and play. We're going to play as hard as we can. We're going to adapt to anything, you know, in the weather. So, you know, when it started raining, it didn't really affect us. You know, it didn't change the game plan at all. We weren't worried about anything, you know. So, yeah, the rain didn't really have an effect on the team at all, to be honest with you.
Additional questions for Malachi? Okay, another question from Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
You guys got 14 in the first half and then just kind of came out and were really on fire on offense. What were the adjustments like, and kind of what was the conversation at halftime as you guys tried to get things going on offense?
Honestly, we knew that our offense couldn't really be stopped after the way the first half went. We didn't really come out nervous or anything. We knew that when we came out in the second half, we had to put the pedal to the metal and just, you know, put our foot just down and just go. You know, we know what we could do on offense, and I feel like we kind of finally just unlocked the part of us that we haven't been showing this season, you know, how explosive we really are. So when we got the calls and we got our chances to make explosive plays, you know, we made them. And, you know, you saw the outcome. We put up 40-plus, so it was a great game.
Question from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, Malcolm, I'm wondering, Amarian's pass, kind of how long has that been in the playbook, and has he been the only guy that's been able to, like, is he kind of been the guy to do that, or has that been, I think everyone's been kind of wanting to do?
Say that one more time. You said his pass?
Amarian's pass to Jalen.
Oh, okay.
Is that something that you guys have been working on for a while?
Yeah, we've been waiting to run that play. When they said they were going to call it, we were so excited. We honestly run that play just about every day. Since the season started, we've been practicing that play every time we go short yardage goal line, and you know it's on the money every time. So when we got the chance, we knew they were going to bite, you know. So once they did, and AB had the opportunity, you know, you saw Jalen Camper hit him in the back of the end zone just like we practiced.
Okay, we've got 4 student athletes for you guys, so we're going to try to wrap up here with Malachi in the next couple of questions. First one, another one from Daniel Shirley from The Athletic.
Malachi, when you guys were down 21-7, you got the late touchdown in the first half. How did that change maybe the mood and the energy on the sideline?
It just made us feel like, we can keep going. We knew they couldn't stop our offense. We just felt too good coming out here. We were just all locked in. Discipline was all there. So we knew, it was no worry. Just like, it was kind of how we were feeling against Florida State. We just knew that we were all locked in, and the only ones that could really beat us is ourselves. We knew our defense would step up as they did, so it was just about us putting the ball in the zone when it was time to. So second half, we came out and did that.
Okay. Are there any last questions for Malachi? Okay, if not, Malachi, thank you very much. We'll get our next student athlete up here shortly. It'll be okay, our next student athlete, defensive end Jordan Domineck. He'll be the only defensive player that's represented during the press conference. So if you have any defensive questions, please get them in here for Jordan. And like always, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. If you have a question, we'll call on people individually, beginning with Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
You had a huge play in the game with the forced fumble and fumble recovery. Can you kind of just talk about the effort play there? That's something that I know Coach Collins and the defensive coaches preach a lot to you guys, but can you just kind of talk about how you did that?
That was really more of a team effort on that, because the play literally right before then when I was in, I had jumped off sides. I was in my feelings. I was really in my head. I can say that. My teammates came over, got me right, helped me get my head up, kept me accountable for my actions, made sure I knew not to do it again. And they just said, you got a big play coming, you got a big play coming, you got a big play coming, just keep it going. The coaches came over, making sure my head was up, making sure everybody had me right. And one thing led to another. We played the job. I played the play. I did my job well, and the ball just happened to fall in my hands. Love you, Coach.
Next question for Jordan comes from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, Jordan. Along those same lines, I imagine like they kept hitting third and fourth down on plays on you guys, and I imagine that can be a deflating just feeling, but you obviously finished the game really well as a defense. And I know earlier this week you talked about just accountability and so forth, and I'm curious what was kind of keeping you guys going and allowed you to finish strong, purely given how many plays you guys had been on the field.
Honestly, that's just how our defense is made. That's how we operate. I know I have full confidence in my boys. If we're not going to get a third or fourth down stop, then we're just yelling, put the ball down, and we're just going to stop in the next drive. If we don't, we're going to stop in the next drive. If not, we're going to stop them now. That's all it is. I have full confidence in my boys. David Curry will come over the top, Quez Jackson, Charlie Thomas, KO, Mwanye Thomas, anybody on the D-line. As long as we do our jobs and do what we need to do, we can do whatever we need to do. And them third and fourth situations, we could have converted them better. That's just something that we have to put more work in practice, in the film room, holding each other accountable, making sure that everybody does their job well. And at the end of the day, once we're able to get everything good and hold each other accountable, there's nobody that I can see that can do anything with our defense at all.
Okay, next question comes from Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Jordan, I was curious, Antonius and you both did a nice job of kind of pinching and not letting Malik kind of escape, and you were able to not get too far upfield. Was that kind of a halftime adjustment you guys made? And can you talk about having Antonius back out there with you at kind of full – it looked like he was at full speed finally.
Yes, Antonius definitely came out ready today. He was already on the jump from as soon as he woke up. Like, he woke up yelling, screaming. I almost heard him at 5:30 in the morning going crazy. It's great having him back. It's great just having him be able to get back into the rhythm of playing football after so long, having him make a huge impact on our team with 2 sacks coming in there, a few tackles, tackle for loss. It's great having him and anybody else that's around with us. It's just an overall amazing experience, and we're just going to keep getting better with the accountability portion of it.
Are there any additional questions for Jordan? Okay, if not, Jordan, thank you very much.
Thank you all. Shout out 863 Polk County, my hometown. I just had to get that in there. Make sure you don't edit that out.
Hey, Jordan, actually hang back one more question. Right at the end, Ken Segura from the AJC raised his hand for one more question. So last one for Jordan from Ken Segura from the AJC.
Yes, sir.
Just what was it like being in this game that was back and forth and you guys were, down 21-7 and imagine a lot of emotion swings. What was it like, being on the sidelines for that?
I can honestly say that the emotions inside of me were welling up. I was in a different headspace at different parts of the game. Some good, some bad, but either way, each of my teams were able to help me stay accountable. Whenever we saw any kind of negativity on the sideline, we just crowd around it, spread with positivity, hit it with love, hit it with accountability, make sure that they have their heads up, make sure everybody does what they need to do, make sure everybody knows that we're needed. Everybody matters, from Wanye Thomas, number 1, any single digit, all the way down to the last walk-on. Anybody matters. It doesn't matter in this program. I can have a walk-on come up to me when I'm in my feelings and be like, hey, get it together. And I'll just have to snap out of it, because anybody can be held accountable. Anybody can call anybody out in this program, and that's what I love about it. So once we saw that any attitude was there, we adjusted it, we got ready for it, and we just moved on to the next play. We had to put the ball down.
Outstanding. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you all.
Okay, next up, Georgia Tech student athletes is running back Jahmyr Gibbs. We'll open it right up for questions for Jahmyr. Same thing as we've always done. Please use the raise hand function within Zoom if you have a question for Jahmyr. We'll go ahead and open up those questions with Daniel Shirley from The Athletic.
Hey, Jamiro, when you guys were down 21-7, you got the late score in the first half. How did that kind of change the energy, I guess, on the sidelines and maybe to get the team more confident going into the second half?
Just momentum. We know that we're never out of it. We know we have the potential to be any team, so we just kept that in mind.
Next question comes from Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Jahmyr, it seems like you're getting more comfortable running the football and kind of making your reads in the game. You had a really nice run where you broke some tackles there at a key moment late in the game. Can you kind of just talk about your kind of comfort level seeing the whole field now as you've played a couple games?
Yeah, it's always took me probably 2 games to fully see, get the speed of the game and see the whole field. So I was just proud of that. O-line did a great job blocking. Offense did a great job executing.
Okay, next question comes from Charles Odom from the Associated Press.
What was the secret to you guys protecting the ball on a rainy night when you saw the problems that Louisville running backs had with their 3 lost fumbles?
We practice in the rain all the time. When it rains, we just keep practicing outside, so to get used to it.
Question from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, Jahmyr, can you tell us how that play where you hurdled the safety at the goal line unfolded?
Oh, well, I just ran a choice route on the linebacker, got open, caught it. I saw one man in front of me, so I had to do what I had to do, so I just jumped over.
Have you made a play like that going back to high school where you've jumped over guys?
I've done it junior year. I did it once.
Mm-hmm. Is it? I mean, I guess it's simply just a split-second reaction. You're not really playing that out, I imagine.
Yeah, I was gonna try to just lower my shoulder, but then I was debating because if I jump, there's no way he can knock me back. If I jump high enough, so I just use that to my advantage.
Next question comes from Dan Matthews from 680 The Fan.
Jahmyr, now that you guys have this one out of the way, Coach told us at the end to watch some college football tomorrow. Did he tell you guys the same thing, including a game between 2 guys, one you're going to be facing next week and one you're going to be facing later on in the season?
Oh, of course, we always want to watch football, see what our opponents are doing, get a good game plan ready for them, and hopefully get a win next week.
How excited are you now that you can think about the game next week to go up against an opponent like that?
Oh, it's a great opportunity for us to show what we could really do. Yeah, that's about it. Exciting.
Are there any additional questions for Jahmyr? Another one from Ken Segura from the AJC.
Jahmyr, one thing that strikes me about your running back group is that everybody plays hard, and obviously I'm sure everybody wants to get more touches and so forth. But even, Bruce makes a big play on special teams. Can you describe kind of what goes on with you guys that enables you to, you seem like.
Oh, he cut
And
out a little bit.
can you hear me?
Can you repeat the question? You
Sure,
cut
I'm
out a
sorry.
little bit. You good.
I was saying it seems like you guys, the running back group, I'm sure everybody wants to get more touches and so forth and play more, but everyone also seems to be happy for each other, and you seem to have a good kind of culture. Can you describe a little bit of what that group is like and how you're all able to to make the most of your opportunities?
Yeah, Coach Choice, he does a good job of making us like a family. We do a good job of cheering for one another. And we just play our role. Whatever helps the team, we just got to do more to help the team.
Okay, Jahmyr, thank you very much. Okay, outstanding. So we'll go ahead and get started here with Jeff Sims. We'll open it right up for questions for Jeff. If you have a question for Jeff, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. We'll call on people individually, beginning with Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Jeff, I was curious kind of what has the last week and a half been like for you, coming off of 2 games where you guys had some turnovers and then a totally different game where you guys played very clean on offense. Kind of was that a super focus for the last week and a half in practice? And do you see that as being kind of a trend now for you guys offensively?
Yeah, our biggest thing that we've been preaching over these past 2 weeks was just protect the ball and not have self-inflicted wounds, so no penalties and stuff like that can hurt us. So I feel like us enforcing all that in practices and doing what we needed to do to stop it, it helped.
Next question comes from Dan Matthews from 680 The Fan.
Yeah, Jeff, that drive right before the half, what did that do for you when you started off with that screen to Jahmyr and then you guys ended with that touchdown just a couple plays later?
It was definitely a great drive. We told ourselves that we had to score that drive. We had to execute, and we just had to go down there and score before the half.
Next question comes from Daniel Shirley from The Athletic.
Jeff, how much more comfortable do you feel now? You've got 4 games under your belt as a starter in this offense and kind of what you guys want to get done with this unit.
I'm definitely getting more comfortable in the offense, getting more comfortable in the playbook, and noticing defenses is a lot better. The game is starting to slow down a little bit, but I wouldn't be able to do all that without the help of my teammates. You know what I'm saying? They help me in practice, go over film with me and my coaches. At any extra time that I need in the film room, they'll be there with me to talk through it with me and stuff like that. So I just think they play a big part in that too.
Next question comes from Steve Hummer from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yeah, Jeff, could you give us your review of Marion's arm and kind of your breakdown of that play?
Yeah, we practice that play a lot, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, he always completes it. So I didn't have no doubts that he was going to complete it. I really thought he was going to run it, but Marion got a nice arm. You know what I'm saying? We be throwing after practice and stuff. He swear he's a QB, so I mean, he got him a touchdown.
Next question, Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
I'm curious, how did you feel like you guys did, both you and the line of protection with handling blitzes tonight?
I feel like they did a good job handling the blitzes. There's not really a blitz that they couldn't pick up tonight, so I feel way more comfortable back there with them and just knowing that they got my back and they're going to protect me.
Next question, Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
The touchdown you threw to Malachi, that was a really kind of key play in the game, and he said that he kind of sat down on the route when the safety went over to cover your main target. Can you kind of just talk about that play and kind of the maturity from you and Malachi to both kind of make that connection there on that play?
Yeah, on that play, I was really supposed to hit the outside guy, but while I was rolling out, I seen the safety go over to him, and I just seen Malachi running butt naked open. So I just tried to slow down a little bit so I wouldn't have to throw across my body and just hit him.
I didn't want to overthrow him or underthrow him, so I just put it on him. And he did a good job making the play after that.
Next question, Charles Odom from the Associated Press.
Coach Collins, a couple of times when he spoke with us, brought up a big game you guys have coming up. I'm sure you had your focus just on tonight, but what kind of confidence builder is it for your next game coming up?
Yeah, I definitely want to get started on reviewing Clemson's film and just getting ready for that game up here because that's a big game for us. So I think that'll be a big statement game for us.
A question from Steve Hummer from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Well, speaking of the blitz, were you in any position to see Gibbs's hurdle for the touchdown? Because I think he got knocked down on that one. And could you also speak to just what kind of energy he supplies this offense between what he did on the screen pass and that play?
Yeah, Jahmyr he's a great player. I mean, you can't find nobody like that at times. So I mean, him being in this offense really helps because he gives us that dynamic push and that dynamic edge. So on that play where he hurdled the guy, I got hit, but I got up and I seen it. And I was like, oh, my goodness. At first, I got scared when he was in the air. I was like, come on, Jahmyr. But then he landed. I was good. So, I mean, and then on the screen, I thought he was going to score. I could just tell by the way he was running. He looked determined to score that football. So, I mean, yeah, he's a great player. He's humble. You wouldn't expect, if you walked around him, you wouldn't expect that he's that good. That's how humble he is.
Just a couple more for Jeff. First one from Daniel Shirley from The Athletic.
Jeff, the second half, you guys just looked like unstoppable. What was the key in the second half? And you had 7 different players score touchdowns. I mean, what can you do with all the weapons you got around you?
The key in the second half was to finish the game. We started off a little slow, and we felt like we needed to pick it up and finish the game off. Having those weapons and pieces around me really helps because in my head, sometimes I'll try to go out there and be a superhero, but knowing that I have those weapons around, I won't have to do that.
And our last one will be another one from Dan Matthews from 680 The Fan.
Jeff, a couple of times tonight you got down before you could possibly take on some contact. I mean, is that just knowing where guys are on the field, or is it maybe as a quarterback you saw it on film once and you felt it that you don't want to take contact?
That really came from my mom and dad. They kind of get mad after games when I take a lot of hits. So in my head, I was just like, just get down, don't take no hits tonight. So in my head, I was just like, get down. And if you see somebody near you, just try to get down as fast as you can.
Well, Jeff, you've already made a lot of history this year, and I think you just made it again by doing the first post-game press conference in school history from a dorm room. So we appreciate you jumping back on to do this. And so thank you, Jeff. And media, thanks to all you guys, all of you who are at the stadium. As a reminder, part of our COVID protocols are that the press box will only be open for an hour after the final interview is conducted. So we will be closing the press box at 1 a.m. So just please keep that in mind. Jeff, thank you very much.